Welcome back, everyone, to the 9019 podcast. I'm Jonathan Marshall, and we are back again without Kway. Kway kind of stood us up.
Effing Kway.
We're all here. We're all here, and we showed up. We did our due diligence.
We love you more than Kway loves you.
Yeah. So blame Kway if tonight sucks.
So this is interesting, though. What do you do when you're playing D&D and a party member doesn't show up?
An important party member to
During
the
an important
specific
time.
situation.
First off, we fucked up, all right? Because we should have never made Kway an important part of the show.
I put the blame squarely on your shoulders as the DM.
I really did pine for him, everyone. Kway, I grew up with Kway. I met him in second grade. I really wanted this to work out with him. It's been a struggle for 104 episodes.
You've screwed us for the last time.
So Zavril is fucking canceled.
But I think Airmay was pointing out, or Christy was pointing out, one of those two. I get them both confused. Is that Zavril for this episode and this combat that we're in? Like we're here because he took the Opal Crown.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he is important to this particular moment in our adventure.
Yeah, the fight can't end with him holding the crown and you guys like just moving on. There's got to be some like what the fuck moment.
It fucking should move on
I
because
say we kill
it was
him.
stupid of him to
Some
grab the
interplay.
crown in the first place. That was dumb.
Yeah. Either way, that's a good. You raise a good point. What does one do? I think under normal circumstances, and I think we may have even discussed this in BTS 3, under normal circumstances, yeah, we can do like a little filler. We can have his character kind of go behind us, and we can kind of play and pretend he's not there. But I think if you're recording a show, I don't know. I think it's a little more important that he's there.
Yeah, and
he should know this. Honestly, he should know this.
I've been in groups and I've done it before too, where if a player didn't show up, I'd play their character, or somebody at the table would double up.
Yeah,
It's different when you're recording, though. You
It
can't
is
really
different
do
than
that.
when you're recording. Yeah,
Right.
I can do it. My favorite color is purple.
We could do it. Yeah, but
actually, I don't think that's how that works. Hold on a minute.
yeah. Actually, I just looked up
Hold
how
on.
this puzzle goes.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
Actually, I just looked up this puzzle.
Sorry, I'm late, guys. I just got back from some BDSM group here in town.
I was hanging from my back skin on the chains, eating a steak.
We're not shaming anybody out there that's into that. We're just making fun of Kway.
I wasn't
'cause he's
gonna
not
go
here.
until I heard that nobody was wearing masks, and I was like, hell yeah, totally, I'm there.
We're just jealous of his rad lifestyle.
Since the pandemic, I've gone out a bunch. Aren't you guys?
I'm
And he
living my
never
life
goes out before that.
more than ever.
And,
It's great. Nobody else is out.
That's a lie. I was on Cardigan today, man.
Oh, I was just going to bring up
ridiculous.
Cardigan because I was going to say we should hike Cardigan
Tonight?
and stay in character the entire time as our group.
We'd have to record on our phones or something.
yeah.
So what are we gonna do? What do we have some ideas, or are we gonna talk about D&D? I could talk about D&D all night.
Yeah?
Yeah, really. I mean, what do we do when the mic is off?
I'll tell you this.
Talk about
I've
D.
been seeing like...
And D.
Fair enough. I've been seeing in my emails, like from D&D Beyond, like new adventures coming out over the years, you know what I mean? And it's eating me up because this one adventure used to be new as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's taking so fucking long, you know what I mean? How do people do all the adventures that come out?
I don't think they do as much of a deep dive as we do, but I am learning the value of shorter adventures rather than full-length adventure paths. I think that's the value. You get to play more adventures.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, we started Tomb of Annihilation, and it took us 70 episodes before we stepped into the tomb. And we
Right.
could have easily made that 100 episodes before we stepped in the tomb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We also
yeah.
could have easily made it 20 episodes.
We could have made it 5. We could have made it 2. You could have started us
Right.
off halfway through the jungle. I mean, I think this is a great adventure path still.
I actually
Or,
think like
you
a
know,
lot of our strong
yeah.
episodes are pre-Tomb. Like I liked we grew into getting to the tomb. Like,
Yeah.
our group in the 3 C's, like we built up our reputation. We got strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Do you-
format kind of changed too going in, but I think I gave everybody the heads up that would happen. I wanted the story leading up to the tomb to be more of a drama, and then the actual tomb more like a board game almost,
Yeah.
So. Which, for what it's worth, it is what it is. I do kind of miss the drama. I miss writing scenes. So I'm going to get back into it, maybe in small doses, just do a quick little, pay homage to the time that once was.
I'm still calling for the Gunther flashback.
That'd be cool. We do need a Gunther flashback just to kind of solidify that character.
His place in the tomb. Yeah.
Yeah, give him a shadow connecting him to the world,
Yeah. I definitely he has a purpose in Chult. That much is certain, Everybody's looking at me like, should I just blurt it out?
What is the purpose?
Real estate. No.
Is it treasure hunting?
No. He took it. So Gunther is a paladin with the oath of conquest. His oath is an oath of conquest. But he's not just a run-of-the-mill, let's defeat these people and take their land or whatever. He's not just a run-of-the-mill colonialist. I mean, he honestly believes that Chult has darkness in it, which is why he joined the party in the tomb. He thinks that Chult has a dark heartbeat, there's some darkness in its heart.
Yeah, he wouldn't be wrong.
No.
And so, once the death curse is lifted, that's his primary goal, to sort of disperse the darkness from the heart of Chult. And then from there, he can continue with his oath of conquest by bringing light and knowledge and educating from the perspective of the mainland, sort of the people in this peninsula.
I like that.
I love it.
That's
So he
is kind of a colonialist.
right. He's a paladin, but is he beholden to a god or more to the state?
It's more like it's more like his oath. It's more like he does worship a god. He does worship. Did we talk about this?
No, not much. I have a lot of questions about Gunther.
Yeah, he worships Torm primarily, but in general, I think he thinks that the people of Chult are suffering because they're not elevated intellectually, spiritually, and he thinks by bringing gods of the mainland to Chult that they would have a higher quality of life.
I like that. So Chuck's good at writing up details of his side characters. Now let's talk about Gunther's mustache.
Right.
What god does it worship?
It does not worship a god. It is a relic among the gods, and all the gods fight to try to attain the mustache.
So did you have anything in mind of how he got to the tomb? Did he work with any of the factions we met with, or?
No, he actually went there because he heard through Enit and through that temple.
Who was that? Neaton Saverns? I don't remember.
He heard about the 3 C's shipping and freight. He heard about your group essentially, and he knew that in order to move forward with his mission, the death curse ultimately has to be lifted. So he learned about all this through Enit and them, and he followed you guys because of your reputation.
Enit and Zatembe the seer.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Was that her grandfather?
Yes.
And then he had the squire with him. Was that planned out to kill the squire, or was that all done on the fly?
It was pretty much done on the fly.
'Cause it would have been cool because like old D&D, when you had high charisma, you got like
You got a squire. You got like a fanboy.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh,
got a fan.
Well,
you're
if you had a
own
high
fanboy.
charisma, you could have up to like 9 people or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I think
What?
every class, when they hit a certain level, they called it name level back in the old days. Like it was usually around level 9 or 10, would get followers, retainers,
Oh.
and
So
and
that you could have like a stronghold, then they would be back there farming for you and raising crops and gold and trading for you.
Ah, cool.
Stuff like
but
that.
they had like stats. It could be like 1d6 level 1 fighters or something like that, and they would have all different kinds. It was pretty cool actually. But with Gunther, his he had a background.
says yo. Sorry, Gunther. Continue.
With Gunther, he had a background, of knights, and I think there might have been some nobility in there as well. I'm actually having trouble navigating my character sheet. But anyway, like retainers are part of his, background, and I'm just distracted now.
No, you're
I'll,
fine.
I'll wait till everybody's settled in.
Oh, we're getting contact here.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. I can't read really.
Okay, seriously. Oh, damn. I forgot about the time zone difference.
Yeah. But just to wrap up the final thing, like Gunther actually has retainers due to his background choices, and that's where Cedric, his squire, came from, and then John proceeded to kill him like our first session.
Nice.
I asked you if you
Brutal. Brutal.
Oh, so you did have it planned out a little bit.
A little bit. It wasn't like
Well, I asked you about Cedric and if he was going to be a part of your thing or if he was just expendable. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna pin it on me now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As if like
You have to be
as if
very-
I made my own retainer expendable.
You have to be
Kind of
very.
person do you think?
You have to be very clear with John when he asks you a question.
No, I was totally okay with it, but the way John's saying it makes me feel like I just threw my guy under the bus. Like I threw my loyal servant under the bus.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Cedric had like his own stuff going on. He had a family and
There were little
mother
Cedrics.
who misses him.
There were little Cedrics.
And now he's waiting to get devoured by the soulmonger.
I mean, he had a little bit of a gambling problem. Probably left behind
you-
some debt that his family's going to have to deal with.
Are you
Cedric,
picking
son
on me
of
because I
Cedric.
thought it was a tape measurer?
Tape measurer.
I thought it was a tape measurer. But
You
it's
guys
a
ever seen 30 Rock?
tape measure? No.
The Roar Juror? No. One of the characters stars in a movie called The Roar Juror.
He's like, it's just a tape measure.
It's a device that measures tape.
The device that measures tape measures. It's a tape measurer. I mean, how else do you know how accurate your tape measure is? Unless you have a tape measurer. Otherwise, people are measuring all kinds of bullshit. Nothing matches up.
Oh, it's fucking hot.
Freaking computer monitors got expensive, huh?
Did they?
Did they? Because that
Feel
was
like
like
they
the
have.
cheapest part for a while,
I just go with the cheapo Walmart curved Samsung 100 and what did I pay? $120, $130, something like that. Yeah, that's a
just
good.
paid
Pretty cheap.
I
No,
just
It's a
paid
steal.
$160 for a cheap one.
Wow.
So there's
Yeah.
Is it better
120.
than that one?
I don't know. I don't know the specs on that.
It's not a 4K. It's
I got a
it's-
2K. 2Ks.
What the fuck's a 2K?
Yeah, mine's 1080.
No, I've never heard of that.
2Ks like
Is that why you got?
1080.
Is that why you got
2160.
two?
HD, right?
No, 2K is 10. Oh no, two.
it's like what is it?
I don't really care. If
2K is
14,
like your
it's like
standard
14. No, it's
14.
1080 is standard HD.
Okay. It's the 14.
But it's the-
1440.
40 by 2160.
Yes,
I think.
Yes, you're right.
Right?
Yeah, you are right.
I remember those fucking stats playing video games on the computer.
Yeah. You're right.
But the second number is always shorter than or smaller than the first number.
Well, then it's 2160 by 1440.
There you go.
Right.
1920 by
And John
1080.
has his set to like fucking metric.
But it's cheap. They are cheap ones. Like they don't even adjust the height or anything like that.
That's what that is. That's what that is. It's
That's why you get the chairs that adjust height. Come on, dude.
No, but your monitor's supposed. So your chair, your desk, your arms, and your monitor all have to be
Never.
in the right spot.
My shit's so fucking patched together. I just got a fucking used chair from you like a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, right off my porch.
I just make it work. I never fucking
Yeah, but
use my
19
computer
years of
Yeah.
working full time.
I never use my computer
Yeah,
either anymore.
that's-
You know,
Well, that's
I
your
have like
place.
all kinds of shit.
Dude, Fox uses it to play Terraria more than anything.
I have all kinds of like ergonomic issues that I have to take care of.
Yeah, for me it's Xbox. I mean,
Kelsey got a really silly looking mouse for hers because that's what she does all day.
it's not one of
She
those
should-
ones with the balls on the fucking
No,
thumb,
but
is
it
it?
does look like a dick.
Does
I
it
was like, That
really?
looks like a dick. She was like, I know.
Yeah, I paid extra for that
would
feature.
That would be funny if it was looked like a dick and had the thing, so she's just like rubbing the dick. You know?
Like that's a dick mouse. You have a
Come
dick
on,
mouse.
we can't keep this if we keep this up. We got to put a whole new stamp on it when we publish it. Oh man, Kelsey, what is she thinking?
I think she should go all in and have penises decorating her entire apartment. Everything, just everything dicks. Dick.
Dick.
Her doorknobs.
As soon as
Dick knobs.
yeah, as you're pulling in, you're greeted by dick somehow.
Right.
They're like on the top of the fence posts.
Yeah, maybe a bird feeder, a dick bird.
They fly into like the balls.
Dick bird.
Dick bird. Yeah.
Soap
Dick
dispensers.
Soap dispenser's a great one.
Oh,
Yeah, you got to click Discord.
Quick before we lose them.
I know, as the mouse was a little too sensitive.
Got them old man senses. You gotta slow it down for him.
you
Right.
you do.
Did I not do it right? I joined.
Fucking Charlie. Just when you think you can count on him.
But whether you did it right or not, there's still other shit need to be done.
Just when you think you can count on him, he pulls a Kway.
Yeah, that mouse, that dick
I
mouse
was gonna
too
say
sensitive.
if that mouse was shaped like a dick, we would have been fine.
I mean, yeah, I work with that all day. Been working with that for a long time.
I'm familiar
It's
with
familiar
such things.
territory.